question that we're asking ourselves today is, are we misunderstood? Do people think we're just quitters? Are we lazy? We don't like the work environment. We just want quick money.
I like that our generation, we are full of audacity. Yani kuna courage and audacity tuko nayo.
Yeah. Could be true, yes, that some of us do lack resilience, but also we also have to be cognizant of the fact that for some people it's actually valid that this place nikubaya, toxic. So I gotta leave.
There are friends you'll tell, hey Masha, me, I'm tired of my job.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna chachisha. Your boss told you this and this and that. You tell them cheers.
Yeah.
You're out.
Obviously must.
The other thing is that we meet very many people, well-meaning people especially, who like to give unsolicited advice. Hi guys, welcome to Authentic by Magoma, and today's video is quite interesting. I have a guest here with me who is just amazing, phenomenal, and such a gorgeous woman. For sure, you can already see that. I think I say all my female friends are amazing and phenomenal. What's another synonym for phenomenal and amazing?
Amazing.
I need to find other words because these are parted right now. We're going to be talking about how the youth can build sustainable habits. On my Instagram, I asked some of you, and she was among the people who replied, what would you like to see on this platform? What kind of videos? And some of the replies included how to build sustainable habits. Practically, some of us who are youth are very productive. She's also one of the people who's extremely productive that I know. And others are really struggling. I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle for real. So how then can we learn from each other? And also discussing Gen Z. Some of us lazy, or are we not? I'm quite sure that you've seen her. If you've been here with us for the last 1.5 years, 2 years, you've probably seen her on this platform. I've had her before to discuss finances because that's her area of expertise. Congratulations, you graduated, now you have a job.
Yeah, thank you.
Life has been
lifing. Life has been lifing.
For the good. We're happy about that. Obviously, kuna zile bumpy roads lakini hiyo nyumeroll macho. Hizo bumpy ni bumpy kabisa.
We. There's good times and bad times. That's what I say about life. As well. Adulting
101. Kwa shule hadi gari imeanza kupiga makelele huko hivi. Inajua life is life. Welcome to Authentic by Magoma once again.
Thank you so much. So to Magoma's audience, once again, my name is Masha Abila. Previously, I was a student. Now I'm no longer a student, so I just say I did graduate. So yes, I'm just currently an analyst, and I still do finance stuff. So my analyst job is still in the finance space. Yeah.
Okay. Masha, today we're discussing Gen Z and the youth and building sustainable habits. When I got in touch with you requesting you to come to this platform, it was around 6 p.m. during the week, and you told me that you were still at the office working. And you're not complaining, you know.
Yeah.
I'll complain.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good starting point for me, from my perspective, because we as young people feel like that could be a little bit too much, but because you're the one who's moderating, I just wanted to highlight that briefly. Then we shall get into it as we have this conversation.
I think you've set a good context. Yeah, she did call me when I was in the office, and I remember telling you how I'm happy to be here. Even if I'm leaving here at whatever time, I'm happy to be here. And it's just coming now. That's the context of, that's just one person, that's just one young person, but other people could be having different experiences. And so maybe the question that we're asking ourselves today is, are we misunderstood? Do people think we're just quitters? Are we lazy? We don't like the work environment. We just want quick money, you know? So I guess that's a starting point for us to just speak on whether we feel misunderstood, and what would be that misunderstanding looking like for you as a young person.
From my perspective, I'll start by taking an angle of what I like about our generation. I like that our generation, we are full of audacity. Yani kuna courage and audacity tuko nayo.
Yeah.
Haijaonekana in another generation.
Yeah.
Because we're quick to be bold, to say how we feel, and we're quick to know this works for me and this does not work for me. But in that space, as well as in the process of discovering ourselves and what we're willing to take and what we're not willing to take, sometimes the other generations, the ones who are older than us, have perceived it as the lack of resilience. What's your thought on that? Do you think we're resilient? What do you like about?
Okay, what do I like about our generation or young people in general is, yes, like you've said, I like the audacity that we are very open and expressive with what we feel, what we want, how we want our things done, and we are very like and I think speaking to you, I also said that we're the ones living in the information age. So with much information comes a lot of awareness of how to do things better. So in terms of resilience, I think we are not necessarily not resilient for some of us, because I'd want to break it down so that I don't generalize the whole category. And I feel like resilience, if we were to start from a point of to define it, it's more of like being able to stick with something that you know will bring good fruits at the end or at a later period. So as a generation, sometimes because of that tunnel vision, maybe I want quick money, maybe I'm not used to this environment, I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to push myself beyond where I want to or where I'm not able to go, then I find that, okay, let me just let it go. So it could be true, yes, that some of us do lack resilience, but also we also have to be cognizant of the fact that for some people it's actually valid that, hey, this place nikubaya,
Toxic.
so I gotta leave.
Cheers. Bye.
Yeah, but yes, there's some truth to that lack of resilience thing, and you know, I don't know how to explain it in the sense that if you worked with younger people, we have very little patience.
I think that's another point.
Yeah.
But okay, just let's leave the workspace for a minute. When you're talking about productivity, it's built as a result of something. Either your environment, the people you interact with, the school you went to, who your friends are. They greatly contribute to it. Do you know there are friends you'll tell, hey Masha, me, I'm tired of my job. And I'm chachisha. Actually, your boss told you this and this and that. You tell them, cheers. You're out.
Obviously must.
You must. So how then do we ensure that our environment is a place that enables us to make better decisions, to build resilience, but also know when to say goodbye? This is not what I want to be a part of.
Okay, so that's multi-layered. Let's start from the environment bit. So like you've said, that's a very good example of how you could be friends with so many people, and whenever you talk about your job, or even it could be something else, maybe you're starting a new hobby or you've started the gym and you're telling your friends and they're just saying, hatuna nayo, sio lazima, you know.
Hatuna mkanya for that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you're just like, when you're the outlier of the youth. But here's the thing.
The outlier of the youth.
Yeah. It's like me, what I think on this is that you should be very aware and discerning of the people you hang around, of the people you take information to, or to and from, because you're going to tell people you're looking for like some sort of advice or counsel from your peers and stuff, and you're just there, you're being told don't do it or quit or whatever the case. And me, what I like to say is, advice is not for you to go and pick and then copy paste. They've said don't go to the gym, I'm not going to the gym. They've said quit my job, I'm quitting my job. It's not like that. It's more of like, you have a thought, you're probably thinking of quitting your job, or you're probably thinking of maybe not doing something, and you go and pick opinions from different people. Who are you picking these opinions from? Are you picking opinions from people who are experienced in whatever it is you're looking to learn about or get more insights on? are you aware that whatever advice they are giving you is from their point of view and their experience? So that's why I normally say it's not necessarily like pick what they've said and do it. It's more of like, okay, collect that information, come and sit with the information and then say, okay, this one has said like this one said this, I didn't think of it like that. So it's more of like trying to fill in the blind spots in your thought process, especially when you're trying to make decisions. And then now you can come up with your own like decision at the end. So at the end of the day, even if you make a mistake, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Analyst ameongea. Almost here. Pick here.
Yeah.
Sit and analyze.
Yeah.
And then choose what you want out of all of them.
Yeah.
I think just to add on to that, and I like how you put it, the other thing is that we meet very many people, well-meaning people especially, who like to give unsolicited advice. And they have no experience. I like that you touched on experience. They have no experience on this particular hobby that you want to develop, or career path you want to go on, or school you want to change, anything and everything. Yeah. So they're in area X, but they want to give you advice on area BA. And they're well-meaning. Sometimes it's even family members. Yeah. And they tell you and they discourage you, yet you might have a really good idea that you feel within you it would work, and you know it can work. All you needed is guidance on how do I plan it and ensure that it's fruitful. You know, it's one thing to have an idea and it's another thing to actualize it. Lakini sasa wenye wanapenda kunipatia advice about hiking na hata jai panda stairs kwenu. Shia bro, just get it right. It's so unsolicited.
And to your point, it's like, and me, this is like a best practice. I'm also still learning because also, you know, we're in this space where you have information, now you're trying to translate that information into practice and building those habits in your life. And I feel like for that one, boundaries are important, especially because you've mentioned sometimes it's not even at ill-intended people. It's maybe your family members. Maybe somebody is just heard of you and they're like, unajua hivi. So it's more of like having those boundaries with your family members. And I'm not saying tell people, you're not the boss of me, don't tell me. I'm not saying be disrespectful.
The boss of me.
It's just more of like, in some instances when it's like too much, then maybe you can say, okay, I appreciate your POV, but this is what I'm doing, and I'd like to see my idea through. Other times you just take the information and okay, you know, sometimes you also read the room and see you nimtuana push the agenda. You're just like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we can agree to disagree, you know. So having those boundaries around people, especially people who are just trying to push information towards you, just know how to sift.
I like that. And as we wind up with this particular 2-minute drill, while sifting, I think that it's also very important to know thyself. Because if you know, and you can never fully know yourself, because it's at least for me, what I believe is that I'm a work in progress. But today I know myself much better than I knew myself last year. So you're building it very intentionally. But if you know yourself to some extent, to the best of your ability today, there are things that people will tell you, and you know how to say that works for you. That's your reality. It's not mine. We don't read from the same books. And knowing that in as much as some friends or some family members might be meaning well, there's a season for them. It's not goodbye, I'll never see you again. It's more we need to keep some distance in how we converse, in the things that I tell you, in what I let you or rather how I let you come into my space. Because the minute you get into my head about something, it means my ability to actualize it becomes very limited. And now this heads back to productivity from my perspective. Because kama nilikwambia nataka kwenda build something or to go to the gym, and you told me or you drilled it in me the way you cannot do it, or you know someone who did it and it never worked out for them, but I haven't done it. What if it works? Even in that space, you understand yourself, it gives you that motivation. But now you also have to move from motivation
to consistency, right? Now, it comes to, am I showing up for whatever it is I want to do? So if I say I'm going to the gym, am I showing up to this gym? If I say I'm gonna like start a YouTube channel, am I doing the work, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe you can even speak on that, because guys, kama hamjaona magoma every morning, never miss a Monday, ako na sweat. So we should actually speak on that, because this consistency is the backbone of building sustainable habits. So maybe you can tell us about your experience with this. What were the struggles? What were the mechanisms you're using to stay on track?
Okay, now I feel like I'm being interviewed.